You have found Vagina Whispering, where we talk about everything from vaginas and orgasms to femininity, connection and love, intimacy, pleasure, intuition, menopause, and so much more. This is a safe place to have real conversations and make real connections. We're going to have a great time. We're going to laugh a lot, and we are going to fall in love with ourselves again. A quick note before we begin, the information we present here is educational in nature and is not medical or psychological advice, nor is it a substitute for seeking licensed healthcare services. Okay, let's drop you into the conversation.
Yeah.
Let's talk about sex, baby. Oh, no, I'm kidding. I don't have anything to talk about with sex. But do you?
Here's something that I've been sitting with just for the last 24 hours. So I think I've talked before about calling my energy back to me from previous versions. And then I was thinking also my sexual energy, calling that back. Okay. So I've been interacting lately with the college flame who I've been told from readings, we have passed many lives together.
Interacting energetically?
Oh, no, like texting,
Okay.
keeping it very clean. I'm not emotionally cheating on my husband. He's very aware that I'm interacting with this person who I really wanted to be connected with again in this life at some point. So I'm so grateful. It's such a gift to have that connection. But and I want to be careful not to make this sort of convoluted. So this is somebody who's been on my heart for a long time, 40 years ago. For like the last 10 or 12 years, I haven't felt that way at all. It just felt, gosh, I wish we could be in touch. There's a part of me that feels like maybe I'm just very aware of this other life I could have had we stayed together. And that life flashes to me a lot, a lot more than I wish it did, because it feels like a weird kind of conflict. We had kids together and I'm still in New Jersey and it feels very real. It's like on the other side of this is that.
Do you think it could be happening at the same time?
Maybe that is. Maybe I just have a very strong fantasy life in my head. I'm not super clear on all of that. Probably not that part. But yeah, you're right.
No,
It could be.
no. It's that whole midnight library concept, and it's the maybe in another life. There's a lot of books right now about this.
Yes.
Duality or all of the spinning wheels of life choices that we've made. And you can choose to pop into any of the other lives if you really want to leave this physical form and go to that one. I believe that you can. I don't know how, but I think you could.
I don't know how either, but I hear you. But I am trying to own this life that I've chosen, although it's hard because that other one flashes a lot.
Twice a day, once a week.
What's coming to me is 3 times a day.
It's a lot.
It hasn't always been that way, but it's been that way for quite some time.
Yeah.
I was thinking about him last night as I'm trying to go to bed. We had been texting and having fun. There's this timeless connection that I feel, not that we've ever talked about it, and we may never, but when it's present, it's so real to me. And there's nobody else that I have felt that about ever. Even with Grant, we've worked on creating a very strong connection, but it's not the same. I just had this thought that maybe there's a part of me that's always been waiting to be with him, maybe waiting that someday we'll both be widowed and then we'll be together, or in some way as if I really expected for us to be together in this life. And so maybe some of my sexual energy is assigned to him.
Oh. Maybe you're giving it to him, maybe not assigned.
I did a between lives thing once. I saw this other life, a past life where we weren't going to be together, my choice to take care of my family, but I had a promise of next time. I'm going to love you next time. So I've tried to embrace, okay, yes, I like to say in my head to him, I'm going to love you this whole life. I will love you. It doesn't mean we have to be together. Nothing needs to change, but I will love you. So I can have peace about that and maybe not be so attached in this way that feels a bit uncomfortable to me, to have these flashes of this other lifetime. The idea of realizing that whether I assigned that sexual energy to him or designated it for that relationship, I was like, I want to call it back and assign it to Grant. And then I was like, wait a minute. This is my energy. Maybe I don't assign it to anybody. I bring it with me wherever I go. It's my energy and it resides with me. And that may not sound like a big thing, but because I don't really feel sexual energy, it felt like a big insight to me as a place to focus. and maybe empower my own body to house that energy again. Post menopause and everything else, this is an area of life where it's always been hard with my husband and I. It just felt like it was a new window opening that I could focus more on that, connect with my higher self about it. And yeah, the word recalibration is coming to me.
Can I share what popped in when you were chatting?
Please. Always.
We live in an abundant world, and that there is no lack. So that even if you leave some of it with that individual, you can have the exact same amount come back to you as well. Just tell you mine, I'm just going to duplicate that. Or I'm going to triplicate it and take double when I want back. You keep yours and I'll have double over here. I'm seeing poker chips
Piles.
and then they're doubling and then tripling and then we live in an abundant world. There is not lack. If we really go there, there isn't lack. There is enough for everyone. And when you go down the children in Africa starving, that's a hard one to grasp, that there is no lack. But energetically, I believe that there is no lack and that we can have whatever we want. Maybe there is that heart of you that can say, fine, you can keep what you need over there, but I'm going to take what I need for today, for this life with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if that fits.
No, it's a good point. I didn't really think that energy may be serving him. I feel the lack of it for sure.
So you do.
So it felt a bit that way. Like there's a part of me that's still waiting, like reserved for when I'm with him kind of thing. And bigger than the chance of that happening is I don't want to want that. I really want to wrap all of my sexual juiciness around the beautiful human being who has been in my life for 21 years that supports me and loves me and takes good care of me and that I cherish and I appreciate. That's where I actually want to focus it. It feels very disabling that I don't know how to do that, or I don't feel like I have that to generate. I could say I'm postmenopausal, and so it makes sense that I have no drive. Look at the Facebook page of other people that have gone through what I did, and none of them have it anymore. But I'm trying to look at it differently. If I look at it more as an energy rather than biological experience, maybe I can generate and spark things that I otherwise maybe couldn't. It's giving me a place to stand where I can focus my intention that way.
I like that. I saw you plugging in a charging cord. Plug it in. All right, I'll bring it back. I'm going to recharge. I'm going to get that battery up to 100% again. And I deserve it. And Grant deserves it. And we deserve it. It is a very challenging time in this age that we're in. I remember one of our first podcasts, we said, we don't want to be that person. I don't want to be the woman that says, I just lost my sex drive and we're going to drift apart and we'll be friends and we'll be roommates, but we will be lovers. And I don't want that. Over the last year, I kind of swayed into maybe it's just easier. And yet, no, I still want to be intimate with my husband and I still want that physical connection with him. Simply saying, I want that. I want that. I want that. When was the last time we said that? I want to have a physically juicy relationship with my husband again. I want to reclaim that. It's like I'm not willing to just pass it by and let it go. I'm not. And failing up just popped into my head, which means every time we try, even if we fail, it is taking our relationship a step forward and higher.
Absolutely.
Failing up.
Yeah. Love that. And I'm also feeling aware that what I've been working on in my head, getting some support through therapy, is also looking to be more connected to my feelings of love and having a physical expression of that. I just haven't been that way in this lifetime, but I'm working on that actively and trying to fantasize and visualize having some hot sex with Grant, not just going back and reinventing what we had, or not reinventing, like going back to really reinventing us together as a couple and what that could be. So I'm working out. I'm trying to pay more attention to my physical body and my energy. One other thing about being in touch with an ex is I am feeling hypersensitive and aware of keeping the energy clean. So there's no weird, it's not flirty-ish. If something comes to me that could be taken that way, I'm not going anywhere with it. I am really working to be very pristine about how I'm interacting. So I have nothing to hide. I have nothing to feel bad about, because that almost would feel, what's coming to me now is an energy leak. There would be no integrity to doing that, and I would need to cut off the relationship. I'm enjoying the relationship, and it seems like that's mutually happening. So I want to be able to keep it, and I'm only going to do that if I know it can be clean.
I believe that there are a lot of individuals that look to have that type of a non-committal online texting, emailing relationship that is stimulating to them. I'm not going to judge that. There are people that need that. I can see how it can completely leak all the energy out of your current relationship. And perhaps it feeds a fire that needs to be fed so that you can have a more intimate relationship with your current partner. The most important thing that you said was Grant knows. It's not like you're worried that he's going to pick up your phone someday and see a text coming from this person, or Grant knows. And that's, I think, the biggest thing. If you need to have a stimulating or flirtatious relationship via text with somebody, I believe communication and openness is probably the key to that. And it's a sign of a healthy marriage too, that you're able to say, I need this, and then have a partnership that works through it. So that's just another perspective.
So glad you brought that up, because you're right. It could be very stimulating to have that with somebody that is not your partner. I totally get that. I would feel sleazy not having a very clear boundary. And Grant's a very sensitive, very intuitively, energetically sensitive person. That just wouldn't work. And I wouldn't want to do that. That would just feel backhanded. He's not reading the text. I've shown him the text before. I did feel a little self-conscious of something popped up on my phone. We were just texting a bit more, and it was a little more connected than it usually is. If Grant read them, I would be totally fine with it, because I know that I'm keeping my side of the street very clean and really paying attention.
Is the other gentleman keeping it clean?
Something came across that seemed a bit flirty once or twice, and I didn't engage in that. Then he texted something like implying that I knew him so well, or that maybe I still know him. So it was interesting to try to feel into the perspective from where that text came. And I was just like, oh, he feels like I really know him. That's pretty cool. And I figured he forgot about me, or I was just never that important, that we never became friends and stayed connected. So it's kind of nice, a little validating, but my excitement about it is not what it would have been a few years ago. And I'm grateful for that. Yeah, it's like affirming and heartfelt, but I'm not thrilled, and I would have been thrilled.
Let's take the other perspective on that. There's nothing wrong with being flirtatious. There's nothing wrong with having someone else turn you on a little bit because they think you're cute. There's nothing wrong when I'm walking through a grocery store and some guy, hi, or looks at me. And then was a lot as it used to, but just wait, grocery store, my braces are off. I think it's okay to say, I like to be flirted with. I like to be noticed. And I like it when someone other than my husband gives me some little boost. That's not to say I'm going to go take that man home or do anything. I think it is all right to honestly talk about flirting is fun as long as you are with somebody who understands that. My husband knows that I'm a flirt. I know that he's a flirt. It's why we like each other from the beginning, is we both flirt. Yeah. So having a guy recently said, he's, Jen, you've always been beautiful, but wow, without your braces, it's just really you're just beautiful. It wasn't flirtatious at all, but it was a compliment. And feeling like, okay, my husband tells me I'm beautiful all the time. One of the friends says that. It has a different effect. I do believe it's important to just honor that little egg of knowing that that's also human, to receive a compliment or to have a little hiccup in your body when someone else gives you a compliment or someone else flirts with you just a smidge. Man, that's a normal reaction. And truthfully, it says that you're alive. It means you still have that in you. And we can find ways of cultivating that with our own individuals with our own spouses, our own partners. It's not dead.
I feel so guarded about that in this relationship because I do have this sort of daily fantasy about this person, and I need guardrails on myself for how much I go there. But I hear you. And yes, it is nice to be noticed by another person in a kind of sexual way to remind you, oh, you kind of still got it there.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's nice to feel attractive.
Yes. I'm not saying, oh, Noelle, go for it. I'm
Oh, I
not,
know.
but I understand that little jolt and then having that, oh my God, if my husband saw that, and then we would just laugh because I do. I just look at the text that I got. That's probably what would happen. But I had somewhat of a extremely flirtatious engagement with a man right after I was married. And it started some issues with my marriage.
You haven't shared it.
Oh, I haven't. It's because I don't really talk about it anymore. So I kind of committed to Alex. I was a virgin when I married Alex. And as soon as I got married, I was presented with an individual who easily would have slept with me and wouldn't have cared that I was married at all. And there was a very energetic connection. I was actually not physically attracted to him at all, but it was an extremely energetic connection. And I had multiple conversations with my husband about possibly sleeping with him. Really struggling right now. I realize I only had sex with you. I don't know if I can do this. And I think I need to explore.
Oh, wow.
If I had, it would have ruined our marriage. I know that. I'm so happy that I did not go down that road. It was crazy. I know that it would have ruined our marriage. And yet, we still talked about it. We still had these conversations about it. And we were 9 years into our relationship, newly a year into our marriage in the same year. So communication. So I can absolutely honor the fact of how it makes you feel when someone else flirts with you or tells you're special or acknowledges
Things they remember about you.
yeah, there you have it. I haven't talked about that in a long time. Surprised I don't get a hot flash. But yeah, it would have ruined my marriage. Even just thinking about it now, I would feel so much shame and guilt. Even if he knew, I wouldn't have done it without telling him. Oh, it would have ruined everything.
My relationship to communication and honesty has shifted in the last half of my marriage, but I would never have expected somebody to be that honest with a partner. It seems like that would be an internal dilemma. I love that you shared that. 9 years is a really strong foundation, but that was bold of you to do that and risky.
Oh, that was actually the second part when you were talking. I committed that, not intentionally, but it put a lot of stress on us having those conversations. A lot of stress, a lot of tears, a lot of, I don't understand. We would go hiking. He'd put me in front. I would lead the way. He would ask questions behind me and I would try to articulate my feelings. It was very hard on us. It wasn't like, oh, hey, this is what I want to do. No, I don't know why I added that. So yeah, we're better because of it. But it took a year for the trust to be rebuilt. Even though I hadn't done a thing, the conversation affected us for over a year in terms of trust. So think of actually acting on something and how people say that they can't trust them anymore. I'm like, oh, I get it because it affected us for a year. We were only good stuff.
Hey, it's real.
It's real. And now we're 28 years in.
Wow.
This year, July 4th will be 28 years together. How many married?
I'm doing the math for you. 19.
Thank you. Yeah. We got married in 2008. Thanks for listening. Thanks for sharing. It's a big deal that you're having this battle, but you're finding a way through it that's clear and true and honest and with high integrity.
Thank you for recapping in that way. I couldn't have said it better. It's good because it used to just live in my head and now more is coming out about it. And the relationship is growing in a way that feels healthy and fun. I'm enjoying it. And it feels truly like a gift to be able to be reconnected with somebody that I longed to be reconnected with for a long time as friends. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I like it.
If I had made that other choice, and that's something I think I also need to sit with myself, my feelings about the choice of this life and the ways that I've grown in this life, this version of it that I wouldn't have, probably not a chance of in that other life that I feel really good and proud of.
And I just got an image of, and this says nothing against the individual. I have a feeling you chose to be with Grant for far greater purposes than intimacy. He has been with you. And so I see this other person not giving you what you needed when you were going through the cancer. I see a very different relationship. Not that he's not a kind and beautiful person, but wouldn't have given you exactly what you needed and what Grant gave you.
Gotcha. And also the influence.
I just kind of see it.
Grant is excruciatingly honest and very giving, very pure of heart. And I never met a man, no offense, but my grandfather was very pure of heart. Anybody that I've ever been attracted to was never that. Grant is, that's been a beautiful influence on me growing to be more similar to that. Yeah. I wouldn't throw that away either. Yeah. So I know it was the right choice, but with each choice, there would be sacrifices. There'd be benefits and costs, even to be alone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that's probably the biggest thing is that no life is perfect.
Yeah.
You're never going to step into a different life and be like, oh, this one's amazing until.
Yeah. I love the idea of thinking about the influence that our closest friends, our partner, everybody that we really interact with and mingle our energies with, being conscious of that, of the influence that plays on us, choosing wisely.
Choosing who you actually interact or intermingle your energy with, and you influence them as well. Not just them influencing you. We're going to influence them. Am I presenting the energy to someone that I want them to be confident and happy with the intermingling of? The intermingling of energies is really valuable. The spirit energies that we bring in, and why we need to ask for more of that help. Because if there's anyone that can intermingle energy with us, it's our team. We should be asking a lot more from them. Why don't we? Why don't I ask for more help around that? You seem to be a little bit better at it than I am. Just I'm like, hello, people. We're in this together, and you committed to being helping me. So let's go. I want this, and I want you to open up some doors.
I don't think I asked for nearly enough. I also don't know what they're offering. Like, what did they sign up to provide or support or cooperate with? What was the plan?
I think they're all in.
Yeah.
I think they're all in.
Recently, it's occurred to me that some of the spiritual people that I work with, maybe there is a plan that we were going to do a project together or something like that. So that's what I mean. As my mediumship builds and I feel focused on creating it to be stronger, there's like an end game here. What was the point? Not just to enjoy it, but I feel like there was a bigger, I don't know. I'm still working on that part.
I think that's a really good thing to think about. Your team or your family is always there. I don't believe that those guys are flitting off to other people. They said, nope, I'll be on her team for the duration. When she asks, one of us will be there for sure. Now, we might bring in some other people. We might say, okay, she needs a sexual guide right now. We're going to go find a sexual guide. Dr. Ruth is coming through. Or she needs someone to help write that book or to get on that podcast. I think those people come and go. But I do believe that our team is there. And preaching to myself right now, if they're always there, and I never ask for help, they have got to be bored out of their minds. Can we help you somehow put into words or put it into energetic form in your head what you want so we can actually go do some things for you? How frustrating would that be if we never asked? Never thought of it this way.
I'm seeing a visual. Imagine that the people on your team are kind of arm in arm, locked arms, holding certain things away from you too, in a good way. Like they are being like the barricade, maybe. No, she's getting there. Let's hold this shit back. That's what I'm seeing, like holding back like part of the world or some of the crushing parts of the world so that you could focus on the things you're focusing on.
I had the flip of that. I had also the flip of, they're holding things back from us because we haven't effing asked.
See it as protection. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. To you. And I actually think there's two things that they're holding back. One is protection. Two is, until you ask for this, we cannot help you. We just have to harden wings and it'll come flooding in. You've got to put it into an energetic form to where you are okay saying, that is what I want. And now let's go make it happen. Together. Family, Ohana. That's a whole nother ball of wax right there. All right, let's get our team to spread their wings for us. All right. You okay?
Yeah, I just feel like there's other stuff twirling, unclear stuff at the moment, but in a good way
Okay.
about what we're talking about and what to ask for. So it's good for me
Well,
to sit with it. Yeah.
maybe that's the point of this is that, okay, so now let's take a week and get clear. Like I know that there's things that I have been dabbling with in my head that I haven't put into form because I'm scared. Like how much would it change the life that I have right now? And am I willing? So then I guess what you have to do is figure out how to ask for it in a way that supports what you love about your current life. That's how we should ask for things. Is yes, I want this, and I want it this way. So I'll articulate it. I want to have a much bigger stage and platform, speaking engagements, being in front of hearings. Everyday intuition is what Kate and I are working on, everyday intuition. And that's what our new tagline is going to be. That's our goal. Seeing myself on stage with Teal and seeing myself signing books and seeing us creating a musical from the book and all of these things. I want that. And I want to have quality time with my daughter. I want to make sure that we're traveling and enjoying life. And I want to make sure that my communication with my husband stays pure and gorgeous. In the past, when I've traveled and had larger things going on, I've kind of gotten snippy and bossy. Like they call me bossy pants for a reason. It's okay. And I want it in a way that still allows me to be here and enjoy my beautiful home. And it affords me the opportunity to have someone come in and clean my house. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not greedy. That's just an abundant life.
I love that. I ask for healing and I say, but I don't want anything that's going to negatively impact my mediumship.
Okay. Change
It's not
that.
exactly what
Right.
you're saying.
Change that instead of a but. So instead of a but, so you want healing energy and what?
And stronger mediumship.
Yeah. And things that enhance my mediumship. So I want healing energy and I want to be energetic in my body. And I want that to feed my mediumship and help me become a more connected medium.
Mm.
Right? And feels very powerful.
Yeah.
I know. Much more.
Yeah.
Many more smiles and laughs.
Yeah.
I adore you. This is probably 3 podcasts that you couldn't edit into. So good luck with that. That sucks for you.
That's okay.
I adore you.
I adore you too. And thank you so much for
Thank
all
you.
of this. And this was good.
For sharing yourself as well. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us. To access the interview on video, visit our Vagina Whispering channel on YouTube. If you have a topic you'd like to learn about, or if you have a specialist you'd like us to interview, please email us at vaginawhispering@gmail.com. And on a final note, while Noelle Dean is a licensed marriage and family therapist in the state of California, she does not provide any psychotherapy or other licensed healthcare services as the host. Any action you take based on the information contained herein is strictly at your own risk. Please refer to the podcast disclaimer in the show notes for further information.